We are live!
Welcome to the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show, sponsored by the Beacon Tap, Signature Transportation Group, and Mom and Dad Water, and our new sponsor, Mr. Cutshot himself. So
Yeah, Mikey Heinrichs, my guy.
yeah. So do you notice anything a little different about?
Did you get a haircut? Did you get a haircut?
I did.
Did it shave the sides?
Yeah. Shave the sides, get a little haircut.
Really quick before we get into your new look.
Yeah.
I do want to give a shout out to my guy Mikey Heinrichs because we had a chance to talk today on the phone for a while, and he's got some really exciting things coming for the next softball season. So a lot to look forward with him. Also, I want to give a heads up. Anything on the Cut Shot website right now, all the bats are up to $100 off. And if you use the code UJCD, you can get free shipping on anything right now. So $100 off and free shipping with our code. So head over to Cut Shot right here, and you can snag a bat for cheap. So
we'll definitely want to put that in the chat.
I'll do that.
Type that in for us.
I got you.
As you do that, I want to play our song. You ready?
Not our song, your song.
This is yours. This is the song for you.
I hate this song.
Still suck. The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck. They really suck. Yes, the Bears still suck.
I hate this so much.
So, Cousin Donnie.
This sucks.
Well, hey, you'll have your revenge. You'll have your revenge in like what?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah. It'll be it was an interesting game. The Bears just started really slow. The offense and the Packers dominated the first half of the game. It was 13-3 at half, but it felt like it was 40-3 because the Packers generated all the offense. The Bears didn't move the ball. The Packers had more first downs than Bears had yards, like halfway through the second quarter. But second half was promising for Bears fans to show that we could still hang. I'm sure it was great for you to watch the entire time. But I will say, though, about the Bears, they're not a fraud team. The Bears are actually a good team. And it took me a while to realize we're not fraudy, because if we were fraudy, we would have got blown out in that game. But the Packers are definitely good.
Yeah, I think so. I think the Bears, they're ranked, second in the league in running.
Yeah.
They have Caleb Williams obviously needs to complete passes a little bit at a better rate, right? But he does make the unbelievable throws. I mean, there was a couple throws he made on the field that were like, okay, that dude's legit, right?
Yep.
The other guy on the other side, Love, he gets a lot of criticism too. He other than the one terrible throw that he had, and I think we were talking about it at Papa Magoo's on Sunday, it was almost like he was throwing the one receiver in the last minute, like changed his mind and tried the other guy and underthrew him,
Sure.
And obviously terrible interception, almost like what you're doing when you're hitting and then you change your mind last second, like, oh, I'm going to cut, no, I'm going to drive it deep, and then you hit a shit ball. Yeah. That's kind of like what Love did on that play, it felt like. But yeah, all in all, I thought it was a great game. I mean, it was a great game. Obviously, the Packers won, but it was an absolute great game.
It was a really good second half. I was happy with that. I will say the last play on fourth down, Komet was open. Caleb just developed. He developed too slowly, and he didn't see Komet quickly enough. Also, DJ Moore was open too, which would have got them the yards they need. But at that moment, he sees Komet in the end zone with his hands up, and he just didn't get it up there in time. Didn't throw it deep enough into the corner. But the Packers' defensive line is elite.
Yes.
It might be the best in football, other than Houston. Their defensive line is really good.
Yeah, I think Parsons made a huge difference, right? I mean, people don't realize he gets double teamed on almost every play. He's getting in the backfield. And what he does, I think that he doesn't get enough credit for is he gets those quarterbacks off their reads quickly.
Mm-hmm. He does.
You know what I mean? Because they got to scramble. They got to get out of it. Now it's just a reaction thing. And most of them, when he's chasing them down, you know what I mean? And he's fast. So he can outrun most of them.
He's a freak, man. He's up there in the upper echelon with the top pass rushers in the game right now, with guys like Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt. You got like Will Anderson on the Texans. These guys are upper echelon pass rushers, and Micah Parsons being an interior lineman. I mean, I can't understand how he gets to the quarterback so quick. I mean, he's making an impact on every play. And Caleb was super impressive rolling to his right, and then the last play of the game rolling to his left, which he's not as successful in. But kind of a disappointing game for a couple players on the Bears that I thought were poised to have a big game. DJ Moore being one of them, had one catch for -4 yards and got blown up on the only play that he was involved in. It was scary to see the Packers receivers were back. They had Jaden Reed back. And you can tell Christian Watson's a deep play threat. Reed's real good. Took Romeo Dubes out of the game completely, though. He didn't have a single catch for those fantasy players that relied on him.
Yeah, I think the game as a whole, I think was kind of, like I said, early on was boring. And then after halftime, it really picked up. And to your point,
yeah,
I mean, the Packers are starting to trying to figure out how to play without their tight end, Kraft, because he was such a big part of their third down offense. You know, they're kind of more of a big play team now without Kraft, believe it or not. I feel like throwing the ball deep down the field more, hitting Watson, hitting other guys on the field. So, Reed obviously helped coming back for the Packers with Watson. I think Golden's going to be coming back, so that's good. So all in all, it was a really good game, and I gave a lot of shit to the Bears. I take a lot of shit to the Bears. So.
Yeah, I'm sure, especially when you wear that on your head. Andrew McCann says, Jimmy, I always knew you were flamboyant with that cheese head, but then laughed at your song. What's up, Andrew? Good to see you in the chat. I did put the chat, the link for the cut shot bat, so that's in there. Right now, the composite one is down from 319 to 219. The end loaded is from 289 to 239, and then the balance two-piece is from 289 to 239 as well. So $100 off the composite one-piece bat, which is a great softball bat. I mean, Mikey worked so hard on that design. He still has 30-ounce, 32, 36, and 38. These are the end-loaded ones. And then I like the two-piece end-load silver black. He has 30, 34, 36, 38 available. So if you guys need softball bats, head over to Cut Shot and snag a new bat for the season. And then head on over to Papa Magoo's on December 19th. Good transition into the indoor tournament. Talk about it.
Yeah, so we're going to be running the draft tournament that we did last year. Great time. I think we got awesome feedback. We had new guys from Chicago. I saw there's a lot of names on the list, Donnie. I don't know.
That's actually a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah. So it's turning out to be it's going to be an awesome night. That night at Pop Magoo's, we got a band, Crosstown Classics. Will be starting at 7 or 8 o'clock, playing through 11. So, as we get started in the Dome, we'll be able to enjoy ourselves inside with a little live music on that Friday night. It's just $25 to sign up, guys. Obviously, once we pay the umpires, because those umpires, they don't ever donate their time. You know how that is. But once we pay them, and then I have I think I have enough balls where I don't have to buy balls, so it's just one less expense. And then whatever's left over, we're gonna donate the money just like we did last year. I know last year we donated the money to Keith Filkins' daughter.
Yep.
This year, we haven't really decided. I mean, I've got the toy boxes there. I know we said if you could bring a toy for the Toys for Tots. There's also the Kids with Needs as well. There's 2 different boxes at Pop Magoo's that you can drop off a toy. It doesn't have to be wrapped. Could be honestly, any dollar amount. You don't have to spend a ton of money. But I think it's a cool thing that we're doing. And let's get out there, support it, and then I'll take pictures when it's all said and done. We'll draw and everything else, and who we're giving the money to. So we got a question out there. When is the draw going to be? My plan is we're going to draw the teams next Sunday night. So there's 1 week to get out there and register. Right now,
Talk about the 14th, right?
I'm talking about the 19th. Oh yeah, when we're going to do it. Yeah, we'll be doing the draw on the 14th, which is a Sunday night. We'll probably do it late, like 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10, somewhere in there. Donnie and you and I, we got to go through the list next Sunday. We're going to divide up outfielders, infielders, and then pitchers. Kind of similar to how we did it last year. We'll do the spin of the wheel live on the show, and we'll just go team by team, right? Maybe you could share your screen, and we'll just type the name in per team, and we'll try to do it, as fairly as possible, so we don't have all major players on one team or vice versa. But we'll try to do it where it's a free draw, but at the same time, we want to kind of keep the team somewhat competitive as well. So last year, I felt like it all worked out pretty good. The games were all really competitive. We had some great games out there.
Yeah, and it was a good time because a lot of the 16-inch guys right now aren't playing any softball. So it's good to get back out there, get some swings, hang out at a great place, and have a good time. And $25 to have space for the night is great. It will go till about 2 or 3 in the morning. So if you're going to drive,
last year we were out of there by 2:30. Every team, every person that comes out there's going to play 2 games. So, that's the best part about this. It says, and you need to use some of the money for a new mic. Whose mic is bad? Is it mine or
the good news is we are. With some help from our sponsors, we are going to invest in some new microphones for the upcoming couple shows. But it might be mine, but yours does sound a little choppy, but it hasn't been too bad to where it's been noticeable.
Well, I don't know. I would like to hear from the people watching right now. What mic is it my mic or is it Donnie's mic? It could be my internet. I've had a ton of issues with my internet in the last week.
Yeah.
So that could be it. But yeah, the funny thing is you mentioned about new mics. I actually got a bunch of the wireless ones right here, which I'm sure I can connect to it, and I'm sure it'll sound a lot better.
Also, that is commenting. Michael Kosmina is Mr. Popcorn. And fun fact about Mr. Popcorn, it's his birthday today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Happy
Popcorn.
birthday.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Maybe he's getting after it today at the bar or something. That's why he's commenting on the show. Appreciate it. But yeah, moving right along, we were supposed to have a guest tonight. And Jimmy, for the first time in a while, we kind of got ghosted by the guest. So I'm sure we'll figure that out, and we'll try to have him on at a different time.
Defense, I know we were supposed to do the show yesterday, and unfortunately, the bar was so busy I couldn't get out in time.
Correct. But we did reschedule for today. Tough look, but hey, we'll figure it out. He'll get back on the show. I just had to give him shit for a second. But either way, we have some more things we could talk about here quick. Not going to be a super long show, but a fun one. I have a question for you, softball related, that I just thought of. That I would would like to hear your impact, your answer to, and then I want to give you my answer to it as well, and then we'll talk about some right fielders in softball, and we'll kind of chat and see where it goes from there. So, perfect. Jimmy, I did come up with a question.
Before you start, I want the people watching. We got about 55 people watching right now. I would like put in the comments any questions, anything you want to hear about softball. Get it in the questions. I know there's a lot of things going on. The first of the year is coming around. Donnie, I'm excited. We're gonna get started on the tournament with the permits and getting all that stuff going. Corporate sponsors. I just landed one more, Donnie. So that's huge for the end of June. And I believe I shared on the last show, but I just confirmed within the last couple months that the mayor of Berwyn, Mr. Bobby Lavaro, is going to be throwing out the first pitch of the championship game. So that's going to be cool too. I did reach out to the women's side. I'm hoping to get 4 teams on the women, and they could play a quick little single elimination tournament on the B field. Why the majors are going on the other 2 diamonds. So, I think it's cool. My Aunt Lisa, by the way, my Aunt Lisa, who's commenting right now, prayers to her. She just went through surgery, so she's doing well. She's home. So throw a shout out to her, cousin Donnie. So
great. Lisa, thanks for watching the show, and congrats on the successful surgery. You cheesehead, she said.
Yes, she knows. But
why are you a Packers fan?
Why? I was born and raised a Packer fan. I had no choice in my family.
But why?
I would have been disowned just like my kids.
Why is your family Packers fan?
Just my dad was a diehard when he grew up. I mean, he was a Lombardi fan. Yeah, and then when I was a kid, I was always hanging out in Wisconsin too. But that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, so please drop a comment tonight, like I was getting at before your question. If anything you want to know, updates, some of the things I also want to touch about. But Donnie, go ahead with your first question. Yeah,
so I only have one, but it's going to discuss 2 different people, okay? So who are, in your opinion, the 2 most underrated players in 16-inch softball? Because underrated across the board could be major level, A level, hell, B level. If you know someone that doesn't get a ton of credit for being, a top player in the game, but is, in your opinion, elite and doesn't get enough credit for it, because we're talking about each kind of position, and I was thinking of different teams today and different players. I thought of a couple guys today that I will talk about once we get to their position, but what do you think for most underrated 2 players in the game?
All right. So it might not be right this second, but I would say over the last 10 years, I have one that comes to mind.
Okay.
So my one that comes to mind is Mikey Meyer from Flash.
Okay.
I think he does a ton for that team, always has for the last 5 years. I'm not saying that they've been trying to get him out of the starting lineup, but it seems like a lot of the moves that they always make always seems to leave Mike off the starting lineup from day one over the offseason. And then that's just, I'm just looking at it from the outside in. I don't know, inside they're going to say that he's probably always was a starter, but I'm just saying from the outside in, looking at it, it always looks like they're making moves and he's always the odd guy out. Okay. And then every year he's always starting at Forest Park. He's always starting at major nationals, and he's always making some play, some hit, something on that team to help them win. And I think for the last 10 years, he just hasn't got enough credit for the player. I mean, I'm not going to say he's a 500 plus hitter, but he has elite. His moment, and he is very, very good defensively, no matter where you put him.
Yep, he is a guy that can play any position on the field. He's going to play really, really hard, and he's just as good, if not better, than a whole lot of guys at any position across the board. I mean, some of the plays he makes at second base, not a lot of guys make those plays. And then you can throw him at third. You can throw him, even at short. He would be a fine shortstop, short center. Can play anywhere. Seen him play first base. He can play any infield position right now at the major level, which is super versatile. You don't see a lot of guys that can do that.
Right.
Do you
My
have
my
a second one?
I kind of do. My second one is actually on your team. Uh, no, it's not Spencer Mahoney, but
Underrated.
it's your short center.
Brian
So
Haas.
Brian Haas. And
Yep.
Brian, to me, when he started, he was on Impact. He wasn't like one of their main guys, whatever. He's always been a guy. I feel like he turns the fastest double play in softball.
Yep.
He's got a great arm, and he's actually turned himself into a pretty nice hitter from what I've seen over the last handful of years. You know,
Bro.
and since he's been on your team, I feel like he's only gotten better, and he
Yep.
doesn't get any publicity, any credit. You know, being on your team, and especially having to play defense behind your ass. He
Yeah.
he needs
He
to
gets
get
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
plays. He gets
yeah
a lot of action. I'm
yeah
going to say this, and I'm not being biased. Brian is the best defensive short center in softball,
yeah
and I don't know if it's all that close.
right.
Nobody turns faster double plays. His footwork around the base is excellent. Catches everything. Has such a good arm. He is bald by choice, which is very interesting to me. We love Brian. Me and him talk a lot of shit to each other because I yell at him sometimes, and he yells right back at me. But there's nobody better defensively than Brian in the game.
Uh,
Do you want to hear my two?
I I would say Vito from Flash is up there defensively, right? I've seen
Vito's a
that
good,
dude make some
Vito's a
good.
good softball player.
Yeah,
Vito's
go ahead.
a better hitter. Vito's a better hitter than Brian.
Yeah,
But
who's your two?
First most underrated softball player is Billy Quirk, who plays for Iron, who plays second base, short center, left field, right field, wherever the hell you need that guy to play. Billy Quirk is legitimately probably one of the best utility players in softball. He hits like 800, gets on base a ton, runs the bases really well, plays really hard, and he can play any spot. Billy is a dog. He's a left-handed hitter with a ton of speed. And then the second underrated player that I've got, I'm sure that every major team has probably asked him to play, but he's really loyal to his team, is Mike Sopinski from Goodwood. Plays short center, can play shortstop, second base. Very, very good hitter, very fast, can play the outfield as well. Mikey is a dog too. But those kind of guys, for me, move the needle in terms of underrated guys because they're not on the top teams and they still stand out on their respective team. Iron's really good. Goodwood's a great A team, but Billy could be a top player on any team. Mikey could play on any major team. So those two guys for me stand out big time.
Really quick before we get to the next question, I know we've got a bunch of people jumping on here. So just want to say hello to Nick Mahoney. Welcome to the show, KC Chavez. So KC Chavez was umping this year in Berwyn.
At Genera? I did not know that.
Yeah, I saw him out there a couple times. Hello, Mike. Hello, Bruce, Ed, Paul. We already said my Aunt Lisa, Thomas. Welcome to the show. Our boy Drew Ladick. Welcome, Chris. So a bunch of people. Mark Manizzi just jumping on. So thank you guys for joining the Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie show. Sponsored by the Beacon Tap, Signature Transportation Group, Mom and Dad Water, and now Cut Shot. So early in the show, guys, we put a link in the chat. Cut Shot now has about $100 off per bat. So get over to their website, and also there's a code that you could purchase the bat, and I believe have free shipping. Is that correct?
Free shipping. Yeah. So
why don't you share that code with everyone again?
Let me type that. So yeah, right now the composite bat on Cut Shot is $100 off, which is already an insane deal for a premium softball bat. And then if you put Uncle Jimmy, that is free shipping on any Cut Shot bat right now.
Uncle Jimmy, Cousin Donnie 10.
Yep. Marky Menizzi, what's going on? And wants to talk about the all bald team. We'll get into that for sure. That's Nick Mione in the chat. Luke Gimler in the chat. The next thing we wanted to talk about, Jim, was I want to hear about the right fielders today. And who we had. This was honestly a difficult list to make.
Yeah.
And I'm going to challenge you, if you play right field, to start getting there's room to be a top right fielder right now in softball, if that makes sense. With some good play year over year, there's a lot of potential. We already know who the top shortstops are. We know who the top third basemen are, left fielders. Right field is up in the air for almost anybody right now in softball. We had a unanimous number one for the first time, I think, since we started doing this list. We had a unanimous number one.
Yeah.
And then we kind of have some bits and pieces after that.
I couldn't even rank these guys because, to your point, I know we're doing the top. We're calling it the top 100 list for softball, but really it's, we've had a lot of honorable mentions. So I think the list is probably going to be the top 150 when we're all done.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, that list, we want to composite that list, put that list together when we're done with all the shows, and come back and post that list as the major players in 16 in softball. I think this is just fun, gives us something to talk about. Also allows us to have a little conversation with the people after the show that come and text and badmouth both who we pick. So
always.
All right, so I'm going to start. I'm going to go, and this is, I didn't rank these guys tonight because I honestly had trouble finding, and this is no disrespect to any of the right fielders, but I'm talking a major right fielder, a major player is what you and I are talking about. I think there's a lot of good right fielders. You know what I mean? I think that they're not great right fielders yet because they're still maybe they have have to hit a little better, but they're great defensively or vice versa. So that's where I think it came up tough, where it was really, really difficult to say, this guy is great out there all around.
Right.
A couple of guys in the chat right now saying Uncle Jimmy, the Yuma Uncle Jimmy, should be the number one right fielder in the game. So I'm sure you heard that story before, right, Cousin Donnie?
There's been a certain lore about the Uncle Jimmy right field experience.
So when we're in Yuma, I usually sneak out to right field for a couple innings, and the team don't even know I'm out there. So, because of the way the dugouts are in Yuma, you don't really know who plays right and left field on the main diamonds. So I snuck out there for a couple innings, and no one even knew I was out there. And then the ball got hit to me, and everyone's like, "Jesus Christ!" You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Uncle Jimmy has also more homers than Spencer. That is correct. That is a true statement.
I heard that.
That is a true statement. There's a
Just
reason why Spencer doesn't want to go back now. So he doesn't want
because he couldn't hit one out.
Right. He couldn't hit one out, and he was afraid of Uncle Jimmy.
For any of you fantasy football fans who are watching this instead of the football game, Saquon Barkley just rushed for a 52-yard touchdown. And the Eagles now lead the Chargers 16-13 at the start of the fourth quarter.
Nice.
So Saquon right now, 15 carries, 117 yards and a touchdown. So he's having a nice night for the Eagles in a low-scoring game. Actually, I thought this game would be a little higher scoring. But let me get started on the list.
Before you do that, I want to say hello to Matt, George, Nick Casano, Mark Menezzi, Bobby Russ. Welcome to the show. Tony Valdez, welcome. So Tony Valdez, welcome to the show. So my list is going to start with Tony Valdez, and Tony Valdez did play right field last year for Circus. He is one of the players that is in my top 10 list for right field.
Yep.
So Tony Valdez, player from Circus, now a member of the 45s, Donnie.
It's a good pickup, man. He's a really good player. He's the top. He's on my list for right fielders, and he's pretty high up there.
Nice.
He's a good player, and he hits. He probably hits 900 off me. For whatever reason. You don't. Whoever, for whatever reason, I don't think so. For whatever reason, that guy owns me, and he knows it. I have Billy Smith on my list for right fielders. Talking about 45 stars. Billy is a legend to me. He hits.
I would say over the last 10 years, yes.
100%. Billy to me is like the staple right fielder from when I started playing softball. Because in the big games, he's out there. He'll hit top of the lineup, top 6-5 in the lineup. Super dangerous, and he's a cannon of an arm.
Yeah, Billy's always been a top right fielder in the game. There's no doubt. One of the other ones I have on my list, like I said, this list was difficult for us. Mikey Marola played a lot of right field for us last year. And I know Mikey doesn't want to hear this, but Mikey, he is a pretty good outfielder, you know, and he did very well for us last year. And I know he's on our team to pitch with me and Izzy. But, you know, Mike last year was kind of a utility player. He played a lot of positions, but most of the time he was in right field for us last year. And
Mikey, a guy that can play a lot of different spots.
Yeah, so I got to give him credit because I think defensively, and he probably hit the best he ever hit in his life last year. So more credit to him as well. So I'd be happy with Mikey hitting half of what he hit last year and playing the defense he did last year. He would still be a top 10 on my list. So that's how well he played. So more props to him last year based on, you know, what I saw. And, you know, I mean, like last year was kind of a weird year. You know what I mean? All the way around just felt weird. I don't know why, but it was. So good, more props to him. And it was a very, very good year. I know I said Tony Valdez already. My next one would be Chad Carlson.
His name is Dylan.
No, Chad, I thought.
Jared.
Oh, Jared. Close enough.
Who's
I thought
Dylan?
his name was
Dylan Carlson is someone too.
Well, either way, the Carlson kid is what I'm talking about. I only call him Carlson.
Oh, Dylan Carlson plays for the Cardinals, the St. Louis Cardinals. Jared is the guy you want to talk about.
Jared, yes. Jared, that's his name. There you go. Right fielder on Chuck.
Chad Carlson.
Hey, that's why we do this. So let me scratch him off. Jared, he's gonna hate me for that one. But
Chad Carlson, what's up?
So, but we'll go with Jared. That's awesome. That's great.
Yes, Dylan
Too
Carlson.
much alcohol in my Coke.
Listen to this. Dylan Carlson would be a beast if he played 60 to softball. He would be a top right fielder. Jared Carlson is also on my list for tough right fielders in softball. I have Brian, they call him Matty Toomey, who plays right field for Iron, next on my list up there.
I had him as well. I actually
good player.
That kid's a good player. He's young. He's learning the game. I think I know that. See, you talk about underrated kind of. He's underrated on that team.
He's super young.
Yes, he's super young. I think he's one of the players that are going to start showing up for them too.
Yeah, he's got a cannon of an arm.
College.
He currently plays baseball at Lewis, so he's got a cannon of an arm, starting to hit a little bit more to both fields. Matty's a young stud on a team full of young studs. So let me give you another one. I have Nano from High Y, who plays right field for them. Super fast kid, can bat anywhere in the lineup for them, and flies around the outfield and makes a ton of plays. So Nano is really good for them as well.
My next guy is Joey Carbs.
Perfect.
Joey Carbs. Yeah, he's a great right fielder. Unbelievable hair. Incredible hair.
Great.
No, honestly, I only have one more name on my list.
All right, let me give you a couple more.
Yep.
Let me rattle off a few. I have the signature right fielder, Ty McCullough, on here as well. Ty is still kind of learning right field. We have another guy who plays right field for us. His name is Marco Koziel. Anything he gets to, he's going to catch it. Tyler kind of has the speed advantage over Marco, but Marco is as sure-handed as it gets in right. I've seen him make some unbelievable plays. So both of those guys kind of, if they could be one human, would be cool.
I had one more, and that's Al Rice. I think more offensively than defensively, but believe it or not, for being Al is a big body, he does get to some balls and make some plays that you wouldn't think he'd get to.
So, Al also has a super strong arm.
He does. He does. I mean, obviously he's not the fastest guy in right field, but he does get the balls. He gets good jumps. He's got a good arm. And honestly,
Chad Carlson.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? And we know Al is a pretty good hitter. So, and then there's another player on that team, Oliver,
Mike Oliver.
Yeah, who was, I thought, coming into his own a little bit before he got hurt.
Yeah, he hurt his knee pretty bad in midsummer, unfortunately. But a guy that's gotten, a lot better hitting, has always kind of played the outfield when he was with Sauce before that. Mikey's a good dude, and sad to see that he got hurt. I got one more guy that we didn't name yet on my list, Aaron Hauser, who plays right field for Hall of Fame, who is an excellent softball player. He is a beast of a hitter, tons of power. Yep. Very, very solid outfielder. Aaron's a really, really good player.
And my number one is Danny.
Oh, I missed one. Did I say Mike Crawford from Whale? Mikey Crawford. If I didn't, Mike Crawford is a top 10 right fielder, 100%. And then, just as you were about to say, the unanimous number one right fielder,
Danny Dispenza from Flash.
Yeah.
I think that's, obviously Danny, he plays in the Kennedy League Tuesdays and Thursdays, plays Monday, Wednesday at Forest Park. I believe that's exactly what he's going to do this year. It's exactly what he did the last 5 years. I know they say he don't make tournaments, but he's at every tournament.
Yeah, and Danny is the top right fielder. I was even going as far as like texting people today, hey, who do you think is the top right fielder in top, or give me your list of top 5, top 7 right fielders. What's that say? Magoo's Bar. I was saying, who's the top 7? And then I even had a response like Dispenza, everybody else.
Right.
He's kind of in a league of his own right now in the game in terms of right fielders, because some other guys do kind of move around from center and left. Danny's right field, and he'll throw you out from anywhere on the diamond, and he'll make some unbelievable plays.
Yeah, and honestly, offensively, he's
as good as it gets.
Yeah. Speed, power, everything goes with it. He's by far, I think, he's in a league of his own in right field.
Yep.
And to your point, this list was the most difficult list so far that we've done.
There's so much room for guys to move on to this list.
Yes. And I know we're missing guys probably at the A level or even possibly the B level.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anybody else.
Good players, but this is a major softball, right, show, and this is what major softball players do, right? So this is what we are. We like to give props to the BA and major, but we mostly focus on the major games. So, so that's my list, Donnie, for right field. Do you have anyone else that you want to mention as an honorable mention?
No, I think that's about. I'm trying to go through the teams one more time in my head, but
if anyone in the chat has anyone that we missed, throw it out there, because this was a very difficult list for me.
A couple guys that might be able to move into that list, right? You've got like Arion from BTA. You got Johnny McIlvain from now Impact. Guys that are, not getting the recognition as the top 10, but can potentially get in there and and be at the top.
So that concludes our right field list. Donnie, do you have any more questions for me?
Nope.
Okay. So I have a question for you.
Okay.
And I know I didn't tell you this. I haven't told you, but it's kind of has to do with softball, obviously, the people who lead softball. And it's kind of like, who would you rather? I'm going to play. Okay. So I'm going to name a guy, and I want you to tell me, would you rather have this individual running tournaments and doing X, Y, and Z, or would you rather have this individual running tournaments and doing X, Y, and Z? Okay.
Now,
So,
I don't
huh?
like confrontation. I'm not a guy for confrontation.
I know.
Thank you for
That's
doing
why
this.
I love doing this, because I love to see you sweat. You're already sweating. Your ears are getting red. Your nose is getting red.
The ears probably, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm throw out the first guy. Okay. The first guy is Paul Rowan. All right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Paul, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I want, and this is all honest, true conversation. This is what we talk about, right? Our goal is to try to get, like we told everybody, make the game better, try to get everyone on the same page, right? This is what we've been talking about from day one. Okay. We're not starting no shit. We're just facts for what they are right now. Tell me about Paul Rowan and why you think Paul Rowan is good. And then I'm going to mention somebody else that you think you know who I'm going to mention of why. But tell me, start with Paul Rowan and tell me why Paul Rowan, as the president of the Hall of Fame,
Sure.
what he should be more a part of, or what you think he should
What
be.
do you think he does good with?
Yeah.
So, okay. After talking with John, our previous show, it sounds like Paul does a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and he works really hard to expand the game. I really like that Paul is influential with the high schools, that he does the Catholic tournament. He does the Chicago Public League softball stuff. I would like to see him more involved at the major level, because I think if the Hall of Fame were to do something, it would definitely have some pull with the players.
Okay.
I don't know what he's involved in outside of maybe like the Catholic League tournament that he runs, that a bunch of guys play in, the high school stuff. As far as the current major level, current A level, I don't know a ton that he runs at the moment, and he could. I'm ignorant to it.
So with Paul Rowan,
Okay.
would you want to have Paul Rowan? Would you say him being like a commissioner of? I know he does with the Hall of Fame, but the Hall of Fame really, it doesn't have anything to do with our
Current
play,
right?
Current softball. Okay. Would you consider Paul Rowan? Would you want maybe him to be a commissioner or something of the game? Like I know the SSA has their board for what we all play in. The ASA has their board for what we used to all play in. Could you see Paul Rowan, if you want him more influenced in the major game? How would we make him more influenced? Is my point. So would you want him to be like a commissioner, or how would he become more influenced with the games? What I'm getting at. You say more influence. So what would you like for him to do?
Like what if the Hall of Fame ran a tournament, like a major tournament? Like this tournament is sponsored by the 16-inch softball Hall of Fame. Ben Diver said a grown man wearing a block of cheese on his head is embarrassing. What's up, Ben Diver?
Hey, Ben Diver. This is a handsome fucking individual wearing a block of cheese on his head.
Ben Diver.
Love it.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I think if the 60th softball, let's just say, ran an invitational, like the 16th softball Hall of Fame invitational tournament, and it was hosted elsewhere than, somewhere we could travel to and play as one of the only out-of-state tournaments. And it had serious, major implications. That would be cool. I don't know what the Hall of Fame does for the current, major game. They might not do anything. They might do a ton. I'm not able to see that. They do a great job pushing the past game and the current guys that are getting into the Hall of Fame. There's no question about it. I don't know if the Hall of Fame is supposed to do anything for the current major game. That's just where I don't. Pretty sure he runs the Best of Western tournament for the lower division. So there you go. That's great. Not sure. Again, kind of going to my point, right, Jim? At the major level, we're not exposed to that. I wouldn't know that, but that's great to know that he runs things. I know that he does run things.
Okay.
But I would like to see maybe some implication on the major level because we all respect the Hall of Fame. I think it would be beneficial for us to see that.
Yeah. So, okay. So that's anything else you want to add?
Go ahead.
With Paul.
Go on.
Or would you rather have a guy like Gio, right? So we talk about Gio, but here, in all honesty, because then everyone thinks I hate him or whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I don't care about that. But what I'm getting at is Gio as an individual. I know he's had issues with both of us, whatever. But Gio, for what he does, he's passionate about softball, right? What would you like to see Gio do more of? Or maybe just stay in his lane and doing the marketing or doing the advertisement or doing the video? What would you want to see more out of him? Because when you think SSA, right, for the last 10 years, what is the first name that comes in your head?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the second thing is we all know that Patty Caputo does a lot for the SSA.
Yeah.
Right? So how could, and why I'm bringing this up is I want to see those two somehow connect.
Cooperate.
Where we can have, Patty Caputo has honestly had serious conversations with the Hall of Fame, and I owe a call to Patty still. I've been so damn busy. I need to call him, but they, you know what I mean? They work together. I've seen Patty at Hall of Fame dinners. I've seen Patty do a bunch of stuff. I've seen them there, right? So, but how could we get this with the Geo SSA, right? Think about it. So, same question about Geo. Go. What you just did with Paulie. And honestly, speak from your gut.
Okay. Okay.
Take all the bullshit out of it. I'm talking Gio as a person and what he does for softball.
He does a ton. He does a lot. There is no question that he's involved and influential in the major level. He is on the extreme opposite end of Paul when it comes to the current major game and probably the A game and the B game. I don't know if there's a world where they collaborate because of the fact that Gio is really proud of what he's created on the SSA side of things to where he feels as if he does not need to do that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
And that's your opinion.
His product is the best because of the audience that he has, what he's going to put out, the crowd that he has that will follow and watch the videos as he's built the page. Why would he need external influence to grow more?
Okay, so you don't think that by working together, all of us, we would grow more? Right?
Without a doubt, yes, we would grow more, but it would never work.
Well, it's not that difficult, first off, right? It's really not. It's not that difficult. So to my point, why I asked you this question.
Yeah. What are you getting at?
there's certain things in softball. We talk about making the game better. When you look at the root of the problems that go on in softball today, the bullshit, the drama, all the shit that everyone talks about, okay? There's only a couple names that are ever brought up. And you ever notice that it's never the players?
Okay.
Think about it, okay?
Sure.
So what I'm getting at is that I'm not saying that either one of these guys are bad individuals. I just think they carry both a lot of weight. Okay? Certain people are afraid of what they're going to do. And I think that's the reason why we don't see a lot of change in softball. Because individual A is not really a part of it. He wants change and so on. Individual B, maybe not so much. You know what I mean? And they both could want change, but they never want change on the same aspect. And I'm not saying that Paul Rowan, to your point, has a lot of say in what goes on in the SSA, because he has no say. Okay. But by not having the Hall of Fame of 16 in softball working with our game, in my opinion, is not right for the growth of softball moving forward. Okay. For guys like you, okay, guys that are going to be playing softball for another 10 years. I'm not, right? So I know that. I've played for 20 years. So I know I'm not going to be playing 10 more years at the major level. I know that, right? I've got kids, I've got wife, I got a lot of things. So I just think if you really want to see everything move forward, they have to work together. And that's the thing that I think is most important. No matter what you and I say, Donnie, or do, right? We're not an association and we're not a Hall of Fame. Okay. But we have made our opinions noticed. We've listened to the players of what they want to see. And eventually, and that's why we're doing certain things that we're doing this off season behind closed doors to kind of make that point across. And we have the platform to share that, right? I mean, our platform in what, 18 months, whatever it's been,
Yeah.
2 years. Been,
We have
I think
5,000 followers.
over just on Facebook.
It's awesome. Yeah.
So, I mean, and that's not because of you and I, but that's because of the players, the people, everyone that's been
A
on
little
our
bit.
game.
A little bit.
Not a little bit, but that's a lot of the players and people in the game that helped share our show. And we've seen a significant growth over the last 6 months of just followers alone, right? Videos we made, doing different stuff, the wooden bat challenge that we're doing that your boy Billy Pearson criticized me for.
He did. He did.
You know, and I said,
Jimmy,
what?
do you think you can beat Billy Pearson in a fight?
Who, Billy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just shoot him. Real simple.
A fist fight.
A fist fight?
Yeah.
Why would I fight him though? I actually like him.
Would you beat him in a fight?
I'd probably not. He's probably a lot bigger than me, but I'm
I
gonna
would
hit him
just
once.
shoot him. It's funny. That's funny. This is a good question.
Right.
Will the Nationals in South Carolina cause any change at the end of the year? Is that a thing?
So nationals for what? For no glove or for glove?
Maybe Glove Nationals? Are they moving that to South Carolina?
I don't know how they could. They can't even get 20 teams to fucking Joliet.
Is that? I don't know why Remo is putting that. If that's a thing, we've got breaking news here on the Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie show. That is new.
I mean,
First
I
of all,
know the One Nation thing is talking about South Carolina.
Okay, maybe then that's what he's referring to. I know as a single or as a man with no kids, a Nationals in South Carolina sounds awesome. But to go back to your point that you were making, yeah, just kind of. Oh, okay. One Nation. He's talking about One Nation. That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about that. I would like to hear more about that. Remo, if you want to share that with me, that'd be great. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, and I think when you look at those two individuals and then Patty Caputo, which is, I think Patty I think Tyler, I think those guys have done good jobs. But to your point, like we we have to do something, right? We have to do. We lost 3 more teams this year. We
Yeah.
keep saying it. We keep saying it. What are we gonna do? What's gonna be the difference? What is the difference, right? What can you do to really take that next step? And I think the first step is that you have to get everyone on the same page. And then once everyone's on that same page, you then go towards corporate sponsors. You go towards making, I mean, fucking wiffle ball, okay, is on
I know.
TV,
I
right?
know. It's bad.
And I'm telling you, when people see 16 inch softball for the first time, they're like, holy shit. Like that's awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it really is. It's an eye catcher. But the problem is you have a lot of people that just they're not on the same page. Just face it, it's fact. You know? And no matter how much you and I fight, I just think that we just either have to do it on our own at some point, or if we're really true about this, or, like I said before, it's just we got to do something different.
Yeah.
We lost 3 more teams. Are you really excited to play this upcoming year?
I absolutely am.
Okay.
I'm excited to play every game.
You know
though.
what I'm excited for?
Probably different for you.
Yeah, I'm excited to go play Yuma.
Sure.
I'm excited to go to Iowa,
Yeah.
right? And honestly, I I mean, and this is no disrespect to any of my teammates or anybody that I play with, but the rest of the year here is the exact same shit I've done the last 10 years. Same shit. Now, hopefully, you and I get the support for the tournament. That'll be cool. Something different. Round robin, single elimination, shit we have going on at the parks, all that shit.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. Different. Change. So that's why I wanted to bring that question to you, because I wanted people to hear the root, I think, of the problem. And I don't think Paul Rowan and Gio hate it, whatever. I mean, I just use those 2 guys because those are the top 2 names, I think, in softball that everyone knows about. SSA, Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
Eddie Caputo's up there.
Those
You know
are
what I mean?
those are the spokespeople for those associations. It's fair.
Correct.
That's true.
Anthony Tyler, you got a lot of egos. I get it. But at the same time, it's just, how do we do it, Donnie? And that's why I brought it up to you, because I've asked you questions before about how do we make game better, all this other crap, but you never get to the root of the problem. And I think the root of the problem is that I don't know. The one guy who said it beautifully about a year ago was Kevin Duff. Remember Kevin Duff's post?
Yeah.
And what he mentioned in that post? Softball's about 1,000 people tops. And if those 1,000 people can't get along, or the chiefs at the top can't get along in regards to who's running the game and doing what, that's why you're always going to see a decline in what you're doing. And it's fact. And what have we seen? A decline in what we're doing. Okay.
Right.
He's 100% right.
Right.
I mean, we lost Meatball City this year.
We lost March.
We lost March this year. There's one more team, right?
Circus. Oh no, I guess we didn't lose Circus, but
they're playing 3 tournaments.
Yeah.
I think what Circus is going to do, what they're doing is going to be the new wave of softball in years to come. I just do.
Yeah, that sucks.
It does suck. And that's what I'm saying. Like we talked about with Lentine Jr. when he was on the show about the league.
The Mega League.
Right?
The Mega Leagues are gonna.
Well, here's the thing: is leagues even going to be around in 3 or 5 years?
Right. Yeah.
Think about it. Are they going to be around? Is it worth anyone driving out to a major softball league right now to go play 9 guys, 10 guys? You know what I mean? A team that, let's just face it, they're missing 4 and 5 guys. Is major softball even fun for that? Now the tournaments are fun because majority of the teams have most of their players. And as of 5 years ago, all the teams had their players. But think about it. Over the last 5 years, major players don't even show up to tournaments anymore, dude. A lot of them, right?
Sure.
5 years ago, it was never that. 5 years ago, they were just barely missing league games. Now you got players that won't even play in certain leagues because they play in Kennedy Park, or you know what I mean? So does that really help grow the best players and so on in softball? I don't know. But I think what Circus is doing is probably what you're going to see in 3 to 5 years from now with a lot of the major teams. That, hey, we're just going to be a tournament team during the week, play with your buddies. You know what I mean? Play in the park leagues. Because I don't think there is going to be a major league. I don't.
Yeah. The idea of a major of the major league, the one league that's like a super league, might end up being the savior. A place once a week where you're got to be committed to it. It's got implications in terms of Forest Park. It's got implications in terms of big payouts, top teams only. That might be the savior.
It could. If the games are big money and they mean something,
Right.
I think players will show
Right.
up. I mean,
Correct.
for the team. Right? So that, I mean, kind of do the philosophy of, you know, maybe what the girls did. They changed it to unlimited, right? I believe the girls pro players, right?
What do you mean unlimited?
I think that's the name of their league now. It's called
Oh,
Unlimited.
okay.
And what they do is they actually, the individuals that play, they get like money based on what they do. Did you see how they structure that? It's actually really it's really cool. So it's like every player is playing individually on the field based on what they do. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
And you got to read up the rules. I'm just saying, I mean, I'm not saying that that's what we do in 16 in softball, but could that be a possibility of something along the line just to change something up, do something different? The girls softball did it because their league was dying, and now they're getting new teams because of it. They're adding new teams. They're doing a bunch of stuff. So I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting topic to look at. So I've still got this cheese head in my head, though.
You do. You've stayed very committed to the bit.
My head is sweating its ass off.
The Eagles just took the lead with a field goal with 2 minutes left. So why don't we wrap? We'll let the people watch the final drive for the Chargers, the potential overtime in that game if the Chargers tied up with a field goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very interesting kind of topics tonight. Since, you know, not all the time we don't have a guest, but when we don't, it's allowing us to kind of talk about the state of softball a little bit, you know, have some fun on the show. We appreciate you guys for the comments and kind of getting into it with us a little bit. But honestly, like, the more I think about the Super League, the more I think it'll be beneficial, truly, because it will be motivating for guys to actually go play league before tournaments. That's the last thing I will say.
Yeah.
Could be great. Could be great.
I mean, yeah. If you could figure out a way where Forest Park makes the exact same money they made from the previous year and Melrose, but once again, you're never gonna have once again who runs the Melrose League.
Right.
Caputo.
Yeah. Izzy, yeah. Gibbs.
Gio's part of that, I'm sure, right? So, you know, are those guys are they willing to work with Forest Park?
Yeah.
I would go ahead and say the answer is no.
No. Nope.
So, you know what I mean? So Rich Deceivers just put, I get the majors at the highest level, but watching the game, 10 teams play doesn't grow the game. We need to expand the stream and variety of levels so that people see different levels. There is no incentive to stay together as a team coming up if you don't have don't have the answer, but I love the topic. Yeah. So, and I think what we said on last show, every team should have game changer. Every team. And you can live stream every single game next year at any level of major softball. Yes, you won't have the commentary. I get it. But that's why you have Gio doing the game of the week. You have you and I getting out there and doing certain games when we've done games, right? You and I have done
Yep.
games.
Yep.
Mikey Marolo's done games. We have a handful of people out there that have done games. Julian Gutierrez has done games.
Marky Robinson has been out there doing games.
Marky Robinson's been on our page doing games. I mean,
Yeah.
and you and I are open about that.
Yeah.
I'm not about this whole like, oh, it's got to be this. Like, give me a break. It's fucking 16-inch softball. The more people watching it, the better. No offense. Like, if they're not watching Gio's page, they're not going to not watch Gio's page because we're going live stream. Like, no, Gio, like, they're going to watch your page if you're doing it, right? I mean, same thing with us. I mean, are you going to care that you and I are live streaming a game? And I know they say it's about sponsors and all that bullshit, but give me a break. It's 16-inch softball. And I think every game should be Game Changer, on the fence, live feed of the game every single time. Every time.
That way you can follow any team you want.
Yeah, and that's what I want to do the night of pool play. We're going to get the adapters to the fence. Someone for the team will go live stream, put their phone on the fence, and live stream the game. Right?
Yep.
1-on-1 count. Boom, game will be over in 50 minutes. You'll be able, so that way when you're at another park, I can boom, and you can watch them live if you want,
Yep.
Which I think is cool. I think every game should be like that. There's no reason why it shouldn't be. The technology's free.
Yeah, it's easy. You go on the app, you look at a team, you can watch them play, you can see when their next game is, you can see what their previous score was.
Yeah.
It definitely makes it simple.
Every single travel team in America uses Game Changer. Every single team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. You want to read the comment from Nick before we go? It's a
Major level may be on the decline, but I see a lot of promise in the guys my age. Nick's a younger guy. He's probably 25 to 30. My team especially, the love for the game is easy to find. Just got to find that pull that draws him in like he used to back in the 80s and 90s. Nick, he might be even younger than that. He has a beard, so I always think he's older than he is. Roach said, you are both assets to the game. Appreciate you both for even invoking conversation. Roach is a good asset to the game too, because he's been around every level for a long time. Popcorn says you got to pay. Interested to see kind of what the perks of pay. Oh, 23. All right, what did I say? 25? All right, no problem. Same thing.
So on Game Changer, if you're a part of that team, you don't have to pay. So
okay, cool.
You have to pay. I could watch any team. I can just search it and watch any team if they have a live feed when it's live. You have to pay if you want to watch like the replays.
Oh, okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. And how much is it? $10?
No, it's like $40 a year.
Oh yeah.
For the basic package or something. But
it's pretty good.
But either way, like I think that, I mean, come on.
I think Uncle Jimmy should pay for everybody's 1-year subscription to Game Changer for a year.
If every team will do it, I'll do it.
No, just you. Just you pay for everybody's.
Yeah. Every team does it, I'll do it.
There you go.
It's $25-$30. There's 20
per
teams.
player. Per player or per team?
No, not per player, per team. You have one team.
That's awesome. And there you have it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's something we'll research and talk about on the next show. More details about Game Changer. But I think every team should do it next year. And you could do the scorebook on Game Changer. You don't even need a scorebook anymore. It's right on Game Changer. Everything.
Yep.
It's not that hard, dude. What do they use? Don't they use Game Changer? What do they use for the tournaments? They use Game Changer.
Yeah.
So what? I mean, they don't do live feeds, but everything should be live.
I always follow the games live.
but I'm saying you should be able to watch it live.
Correct. Yeah, I don't watch it. I just go like by the play-by-play. I watch everything.
Right.
But it's boring. It's not as I want to see the game.
Right.
Simple.
And I get it. Like, we're trying to get more people out there to, people say it, but at this point, I don't think it really matters. I just think it'd be cool to have something different. So, well, Donnie, I appreciate my man taking time tonight. I appreciate all the guests out there that are putting in comments. Please get out there and register for the 19th tournament at Pop Magoo's. We are closing off the registration next Saturday night. Matter of fact, Donnie, I'll leave it open till noon on Sunday. At noon on Sunday, we're shutting it off, and we're going to draft the teams. So as of right now, we have enough to have 4 teams. We need some more work. We need about another.
Yeah.
I know there's a handful of guys that I know that say they're playing that haven't signed up yet. I'm hoping that those guys will get signed up. I'm hoping that we see more get signed up. I'm going to share the flyer. I'm going to share everything out there. Please, guys, if you're a part of the game, share it out there so we can get as many players. We got to get on that Chicago. Remember those guys that came from Chicago last year?
Oh yeah. They were coming. We had like 4 or 5 guys that came into play from that website.
Yeah, we have to get on that.
That was like
I'll
a
have to
Facebook
look.
page.
Yeah, we'll have to get on that Facebook page. You know what I mean? Peckus, yep, get out there, my man. The slots are missing you, Peckus. Skittles.
All righty, my man.
Hey, slots been hot too. People winning their ass off
Good.
every week. It's the slots are definitely
Hot slots at Papa Magoo's.
they're getting played a lot, man. So
Good.
all right, my man.
All right, sounds good.
Guys. Thank you for watching the Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie show, sponsored by the Beacon Tap Signature Transportation Group.